You've done everything right. The job, the car, the apartment that finally doesn't feel like a box. You smile in photos, laugh in conversations, and say, "I'm doing good," when people ask, and maybe you are. But late at night, when it's quiet enough to hear your own thoughts, something echoes back that you can't explain. It's not sadness. It's not depression exactly. It's something deeper, something hollow. An emptiness you can't name. Why is it that life can look so perfect on the outside and still feel so incomplete inside? Maybe it's because you were told that happiness was a checklist. Finish school, get a job, find someone, climb the ladder, and eventually the emptiness would disappear. But what if the ladder you're climbing was always leaning against the wrong wall? In ancient Rome, victorious generals were paraded through the streets in lavish processions. Crowds screamed their names, gold rained down like confetti, and beside them a slave would whisper over and over, "Memento Mori, remember you are mortal." It was a reminder all this glory is temporary. So is the illusion of meaning it brings. Modern life has its own parade. Likes, promotions, vacations posted online. The slave whispering in your ear has just been replaced by your own subconscious, asking, asterisk, is this it? Asterisk because the truth is, the human mind wasn't built to be fulfilled by what's external. Our ancestors weren't chasing corner offices. They were chasing purpose, meaning, a reason to wake up that wasn't tied to performance or validation. Psychologist Carl Jung once wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." And he was right. We bury our discomfort in busyness. We numb it with achievement. We sedate it with routine. But the soul is stubborn. It waits, and it whispers. You might feel empty because the version of you that everyone admires isn't the real you. It's the performance you've learned to perfect. The mask, the adaptation, and it's exhausting. Real fulfillment doesn't come from appearing successful. It comes from integration, when who you are inside begins to align with how you live outside. But that alignment requires honesty. And honesty hurts. It means admitting that some of the things you chased weren't for you, that maybe the life you're living was built around avoiding who you really are. We're conditioned to keep going. Don't question, don't stop, just keep achieving. But what if that's the very trap that's killing your spirit? Take the example of Anthony Bourdain. He traveled the world, ate the best food, met incredible people. Millions envied his life, but behind that public image was a battle no one could see. You can have the world at your feet and still feel nothing inside, because the ache we feel isn't for more, it's for something real. And often what's real isn't pretty, it's not Instagrammable, it's raw, it's the parts of ourselves we don't show, the pain, the questions, the brokenness, but those parts matter, they're clues, they point to what we've buried. Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said that life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by a lack of meaning and purpose. You don't need a perfect life, you need a meaningful one. But meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create, and it usually starts where it hurts. Ask yourself, what have I avoided feeling? What part of me have I silenced to fit into the life I thought I needed? What would happen if I stopped running? Because when we stop running, we start noticing the moments that felt off, the smiles that felt fake, the relationships that drained more than they gave, the work that paid the bills but not the soul. That emptiness is not a flaw. It's a signal, a warning light, and like all pain, it has a purpose. It's asking you to listen. Listen to the dreams you gave up on because they weren't practical. Listen to the values you sacrificed for approval. Listen to the version of you that existed before the world told you who to be. This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about forgiving yourself for not knowing, for doing what you had to do to survive, for believing that checking the boxes would fill the void. You are not broken. You are just waking up, and awakening is uncomfortable. It disrupts. It disturbs. It peels back the layers you spent years building. But underneath those layers is something real. Something sacred. The Japanese have a concept called ikigai, a reason for being. It's the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what can sustain you. Most people never find it. Not because they don't want to, but because they never stop long enough to ask the right questions. You have to dig deep beyond the noise, beyond the metrics of success, into the quiet parts of your life where the truth hides. You have to be willing to disappoint others to finally stop disappointing yourself. And yes, that might mean change, real difficult change, leaving what's comfortable, redefining what matters, starting over not on the outside, but from within. Because the scariest thing isn't that life might fall apart. It's that you might never live a life that's truly yours. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to stop pretending that you're okay when you're not. Talk to someone, write about it, sit in silence, let the emptiness speak, not to shame you, but to guide you. Every person who has ever transformed began with the same question, asterisk, why do I feel this way? Asterisk, and they kept going, through the discomfort, through the doubt, into the truth, and so can you. So if your life looks perfect but your soul feels hollow, maybe you're not failing. Maybe you're just being invited to feel again. To live from the inside out, to become whole. If this video stirred something in you, something you can't yet name, let it. Don't rush to fix it. Just stay with it. Reflect on it. Sit in the space it opened. And if you're ready to explore more truths like this, subscribe, like the video, share it with someone who might need to hear this. But most importantly, be honest with yourself. That's where the healing begins.